It has been 2 years since NASA's James Webb Telescope gave us a stunning first look at the depths of our universe.
2 years have passed since the James Webb Space Telescope of NASA provided us with an astounding first glimpse into the depths of the cosmos. There have always been many mysteries in the cosmos, but what the James Webb Space Telescope has recently found is unfathomable. Not only are these new photos from the farthest regions of space breathtaking, but they are also somewhat unnerving. As we unveil the horrifying new photos taken by the James Webb Telescope, be ready to go on an adventure into the unknown. What mysteries of the cosmos have we solved, and how does this affect our comprehension of the world? Come along as we examine the cosmic phenomena that are astound and concern scientists as we dive into these extraordinary discoveries. Since its inception, the James Webb Space Telescope has excited astronomers and scientists. Even though it is just in its third year of operation, it has already discovered new phenomena and observed a variety of characteristics of our large cosmos. Its infrared observatory, which has reached its cosmic destiny, has provided astronomers and scientists with amazing vistas of the universe. Researchers anxiously anticipated the telescope's initial scientific photographs as it was the biggest and most potent space telescope ever constructed. But the scientific community is shocked and silent about its recent picture. The JWST discovered this astounding finding after pointing its equipment in the direction of the well-known pillars of creation, which are situated in the constellation Serpens around 7,000 light-years distant. Scientists are still in shock at what it has discovered in this enigmatic region. Part of the Eagle Nebula, which are massive gas and dust clouds first captured on camera by the Hubble Space Telescope in 1995, are the pillars of creation. But a fresh image from the James Webb Telescope provided even more startling information. Some of the stars that glistened in the Hubble image were born only a few 100,000 years ago, while others were previously hidden from view. This finding represented a major advancement in science. But much as scientists were in awe of these astounding discoveries, they couldn't help but wonder what if these constructions were really the work of sensed extraterrestrials. Are they landmarks from another planet? Their spines tingled at the thought of such a disclosure. However, the JWST was not going to take a nap just yet. The James Webb Space Telescope captured yet another stunning image of an area of space called Pandora's Cluster, which bears the name of the Greek legendary character Pandora and has a rich history known for her curiosity. It is said that she unlocked a box that let all the bad things and sufferings out into the world. But no horrors were released by Webb's discovery of Pandora's Cluster. Rather, it employed a hypothesis put forward by Albert Einstein in 1915 to focus on a particular region of space, producing an astounding image that astounded experts. Hitherto known as AEL 2744, this new photograph of Pandora's cluster has unveiled hitherto unobserved characteristics in the area. The infrared sensors of the James Webb Telescope revealed a multitude of undiscovered mysteries. While the Hubble Space Telescope had only explored this space's center core, it didn't take long for the JWST science team to recognize they were on a unique observation mission. Thus, as part of the ultra-deep near-speak near-cam observations for the Epoch of Reionization initiative, scientists carried out a series of precise observations using Webb's huge telescope's near-infrared spectrograph and near-infrared camera to obtain an extensive image of Pandora's cluster. The group used the JWST to capture 4 images of the region, which they expertly stitched together to create an amazing panoramic picture. This amazing photo showed off an astounding 50,000 infrared light sources. It revealed the real nature of the about 3.5 billion light-years away Pandora's cluster. The comprehensive and wide-ranging viewpoint offered by this panoramic picture has the potential to completely transform our knowledge of the development of galaxies. A bright Milky Way foreground ST star was embedded in this fascinating picture. The James Webb Telescope itself produced a captivating pattern of distinctive diffraction spikes that were seen in the star clusters of brilliant white light shimmered in this mesmerizing sight and circled by an ethereal haze. Far more distant than the foreground star, these were the far-off galaxies of Pandora's cluster. In addition to using our cutting-edge equipment to capture this magnificent celestial spectacle, astronomers also depended on a natural phenomena that Albert Einstein first proposed in his landmark work on general relativity in 1915. The general theory of relativity, which explains gravity, was essential in solving the puzzles around the observed cluster of clusters. However, this was merely the start. Beyond the astounding finding, the James Webb Telescope saw another puzzling phenomena practically immediately after this one that also defies all reasonable scientific explanations. It found another fascinating picture that showed rather clearly a set of enigmatic concentric rings surrounding a far-off star. Scientists from all across the world have been perplexed since this picture landed on Earth. A citizen scientist called Judy Schmidt posted this mysterious photograph on Twitter, which quickly caused a flurry of confusion and comments among the online community. The star under consideration, designated WR140, was encircled by regular ripple-shaped rings that progressively vanished into the cosmic void. But the feature of the picture that caught people's attention. The most striking feature of the images was the imperfect roundness of the circles. Rather than resembling perfect spheres, they appeared more like squares in some ways, sparking conjectures and beliefs about possible extraterrestrial origins. Similar to Schmidt, astronomers and scientists from all across the world quickly found themselves reflecting on the ring's unusual structure and regularity. Soon after the feature was dubbed boners in a Twitter thread by another space specialist, Mark McCorian, who also happens to be an interdisciplinary scientist in the JWST Science Working Group and a science advisor to the European Space Agency. However, more research showed that the 6-point blue pattern was an optical diffraction artifact from W140, a brilliant star. Additionally, Webb's mirror imaging revealed a ring of shells surrounding this star. Astronomers were surprised by these shells, which manifested as red, curved, and boxy formations. Young stars radiate brilliantly and are often bright blue in color, but as stars get older, they alter and become redder in color as they cool down and burn fuel. Webb's deep field observations revealed red spots 50 times as massive as previously thought for known galaxies. Remarkably, at only 3% of the present universe's age, these galaxies were projected to be as large as our own Milky Way. Astronomer Leha, who was examining these results, expressed her surprise at the outcome. She believed that because these enormous galaxies emerged quickly after the Big Bang, they posed a challenge to current cosmological ideas. However, astronomers had to be sure that the red dots they were seeing were indeed galaxies and not something else entirely before they could totally revise the theory. Leha considered other theories, including the possibility that early universe stars' peculiar light emission was caused by their absence of heavy elements. Including these variables in their models has the potential to completely change our knowledge of how stars develop in the early cosmos. Astronomers are quite intrigued about these possibilities because they might provide light on the process of star formation. Webb's near-infrared camera was used to take the pictures as a part of the Cosmic Evolution early release science program. In the near future, astronomers want to concentrate the telescope's mirror on these galaxies once more, but this time, they want to collect light spectra. The spectra, according to NASA specialists, should assist in identifying the physical and chemical characteristics of the light source. These spectra are also anticipated to be very important in establishing the exact distances to objects in space, which will offer important details about their identities. What's even more amazing is that in less than 6 months after the first Webb telescope findings were made public, scientists were forced to re-evaluate their hypotheses on the early cosmos. It turned out that another amazing discovery was about to be made by the JWST. Scientists looking closer at the pictures saw what looked to be a whirling wormhole inside an intriguing phantom galaxy. The mysterious light of the phantom galaxy, also known as NGC 628 or Messier 74, was captured in this recent photograph. This unsettling image was painstakingly created by renowned astronomer Judy Schmidt with Webb's mid-infrared instrument, which is situated over 1 million kilometers from Earth. The galaxy is known as the perfect spiral because of its remarkable symmetry, which is highlighted by the enlarged image and highlights its complex dust lanes. But the real scientific mystery is thought to be the existence of an intermediate mass black hole, which is thought to be at the center of this celestial marvel. Although this galaxy has previously been imaged by experts, including prestigious space observatories such as the Hubble Space Telescope and the Wide Field Infrared Survey Explorer, Webb's imagery is particularly noteworthy because of its distinct mid-infrared focus and its ability to accentuate the cosmic dust that is present in the galaxy. NASA astronomers attribute the image's remarkable detail to Webb's unmatched power, particularly considering its unique 18-segment hexagonal mirror and advantageous deep space location. The James Webb Space Telescope saw yet another amazing phenomenon while researchers continued to try to solve the secrets that could be contained within the phantom galaxy. This time, during its first observation campaign, deep field photos were captured. Webb discovered massive, far-off galaxies that surprised us. These galaxies were dispersed throughout the universe and included adult red stars. They were almost as huge as our own Milky Way, but via the telescope, all that could be seen of them were little crimson dots because of their great distance. Through close examination of the light these galaxies produced, scientists deduced that they were seeing the early stages of the universe, 500 to 700 million years after the Big Bang. It is not unexpected that such early galaxies exist, given that astronomers predicted the earliest star clusters to form soon after the cosmos emerged from its dark ages, defined by a thick cloud of hydrogen atoms. Scientists are divided, though, on the magnitude and age of the galaxies found in the Webb photos. These results challenge pre-existing theories on the origins and development of the early cosmos and go against earlier discoveries obtained by the less powerful Hubble Space Telescope. Famous Penn State astronomy and astrophysics professor Joe Leher clarified that the team's expectations stemmed from earlier Hubble and other instrument research, which led them to anticipate finding young, tiny, infant galaxies in the early cosmos. These are young galaxies born out of the primordial cosmic soup, slowly putting together their first stars and structures. Unexpectedly bigger, more mature galaxies have been discovered, challenging our preconceptions and creating fascinating new steady opportunities. This fascinating photo taken by the JWST illustrates the amazing process of star creation in the early cosmos. Astronomers and scientists have continued to remain in awe at the cosmic wonders that are unfolding before their very eyes because of the fiery and dynamic character of this celestial phenomena. The JWST also obtained another amazing picture of a cosmic hourglass around a newborn star in the Taurus star-forming zone. Similar to what it did with these stars, regular telescopes are unable to see this stunning view because of L1527, a thick cloud of gas and dust. The cosmic hourglass, which is only visible in infrared light, caught the attention of Webb's near-infrared camera. Although this discovery still baffles astronomers, they see it as a chance for more investigation. They anticipate that learning more about the cosmic hourglass will help them understand the mechanisms underlying the hidden protostar. The findings could also provide insight into how young stars develop into mature stars. This is a huge step forward for science, according to the Maryland-based Space Telescope Science Institute, which runs the JWST. Furthermore, for the first time in 32 years, astronomers can now see Neptune's rings and moons thanks to the JWST. With its most recent photograph, the JWST provided more information than any previous telescope has. Researchers can see the thin, dusty bands of Neptune's frozen rings for the first time since the Voyager 2 probe passed by the planet in 1989 on its way out of the Solar System. The Association of Universities for Research in Astronomy's Heidi Hamel, a planetary scientist, shared her pleasure at first finding these patterns in infrared. The finding of other previously unseen rings surrounding Neptune shocked scientists even more. These thin dust rings were not even visible during Voyager 2's close encounter with the planet. The image from the JWST revealed rings that were previously unknown, which increased our knowledge of Neptune's ring system. The JWST picture does not feature the vibrant blue tint that is often associated with Neptune because the JWST saw Neptune in near-infrared light. The absence of blue was intended, with the exception of the regions obscured by brilliant, high-altitude clouds. Neptune appears rather black to the JWST due to the substantial absorption of light at these wavelengths by methane found in its atmosphere. A cluster of bright spots in the southern hemisphere of Neptune was another noteworthy observation in the JWST photograph of the planet. These patches are high-altitude clouds reflecting sunlight before it is absorbed by the cloud's methane. Webb's photograph also provided amazing, previously undiscovered information on Neptune. It showed a characteristic high-latitude ring of clouds surrounding a well-known vortex in Neptune's atmosphere. Furthermore, a thin band of light surrounded the planet's equator, offering insight into the way Neptune's atmosphere is circulated around the planet, propelling its winds and storms across the frozen giant. Even though it was about 1.5 million kilometers from Earth, the JWST was able to identify a fascinating brightness close to Neptune's northern pole. This was unexpected because Neptune's northern pole was hardly visible from the JWST point of view at this time in its orbit around the Sun. This discovery illustrated the amazing powers of the telescope. Moreover, 7 of Neptune's moons were seen in JWST photos, with particular attention paid to Triton, the biggest moon. A dazzling point of light, Triton stood out against the gloomy methane atmosphere of Neptune. It reflected almost 70% of the sunlight it was exposed to because of a frozen coating of condensed nitrogen covering its surface. As a relatively close astronomical neighbor, Triton circles Neptune at a distance 30 times farther from the Sun than Earth. Neptune may appear far away, but in comparison to the stars and galaxies that the JWST is intended to survey, which are billions of light-years away, it is but a cosmic stone throw away. This emphasizes the goal of the telescope, which is to investigate the furthest reaches of the cosmos while yet offering insightful information about our own solar system. Apart from Neptune, the JWST also obtained an astounding picture of the Tarantula Nebula. The telescope's high-resolution infrared equipment showed hundreds of newborn stars within this stellar nursery. Science was astounded by these stars since they had never been observed before. Moreover, the exceptional performance of the JWST allowed it to identify gas, dust, and even far-off background galaxies inside the nebula. The telescope's fine details showed that the Tarantula Nebula, or 30 Doradus, looked like the silk-lined burrow of a burrowing tarantula. Situated in the Large Magellanic Cloud, 161,000 light-years distant, this region is the brightest star-forming area nearest to our Milky Way, drawing in astronomers who study star formation. More intriguingly, though, Webb studies of Titan, one of Saturn's odd moons, produced some quite surprising findings. Titan is a planet having properties similar to those of Earth, including iceland masses, rivers, and seas that are home to hydrocarbons and methane in liquid form. Methane clouds embellish the thick, hazy atmosphere of the Moon. 2 of these methane clouds were seen by the JWST, whose results startled scientists. Since then, a number of scientists have expressed how fascinated they are by the fascinating views of brilliant and dark patches on Titan's surface. Another groundbreaking endeavor came from Connor Nixon, an astronomer at the Maryland-based GED Space Flight Center, who arranged for the JWST to spend 15 hours a year observing Titan. Nixon's crew was particularly interested in mapping the haze distribution and finding new gases in Titan's atmosphere. They had other goals in mind, though. The scientists were ecstatic to get the data given by JWST. The results of the preliminary investigation were fascinating. The researchers were nothing short of astounded when they dug further into the data and found not 1, but 2 clouds. Interestingly, one of the clouds was above Titan's biggest sea, Kraken Mare. The crew was excited by these findings and sought to track the cloud's evolution. However, these researchers are still delving further into the data. They are now able to distinguish Titan's lower atmospheres since they have recognized the clouds and pictures taken by JWST's near-infrared camera. They still need to analyze further data from the camera and the near-infrared spectrograph, another device. This spectrograph helps map the existence of different chemicals, such as a very brilliant patch above the Moon's south pole, by counting the quantity of different wavelengths of light reflected off Titan's atmosphere. Titan will once more be the center of the JWST's attention in June 2023. On this occasion, it will utilize its mid-infrared instrument to enhance researchers' comprehension of the molecular composition of Titan's distinct and unclear atmosphere. With its astounding images, the James Webb Telescope has truly astounded us. Scientists are certain that this amazing telescope has the capacity to unearth a wealth of novel and fascinating findings in the vastness of space. The James Webb Telescope promises to solve riddles that have baffled us for millennia and open doors to hitherto undiscovered areas of knowledge. As we explore further into space, thanks for watching another episode. While you're here, you can watch more space-related videos.